team.
Hello, Mr. P.K. Sagar, could you able to hear me?
Yes, yes, sir. Now it is audio is little clear.
Okay. But only thing is,
I could able to see our, okay, this is what the convenient position where I am sitting, so that I could able to see our boys who are sitting here in Chennai and
boys sitting there in other different centers, location like Bhopal.
right? Let us start with that and let us see if anything is there, then we'll have some interaction.
Sir, first of all, actually let me introduce our Shubhkumar Saab, who is having massive 25 years rich experience in plastic processing and plastic recycling. He has published around 50 papers, presented and published in international conferences in the areas of plastic processing, plastic recycling and waste management. Okay? The thing is that actually Bhopal students are the first students who are getting this opportunity to interact with your life.
It's also,
Definitely, sir, actually, definitely. And in his credits, he is having lot of experience in plastic processing, advanced plastic processing. He has visited to several countries like USA, Germany, Japan, Qatar, Oman, Turkey, and he is also member of Board of Studies in VSBN College, Tamil Nadu, and also professional bodies like IPI, IIT, and alumni, our CPD alumni. And he did his MSc and MTech from IIT Delhi, and he is associated since long, last 25 years actually he is in CPD. Definitely he knows each and everything of CPD, and he has been the mentor of a lot of CPD students who have become the industrialists. That means you are having similar type of privilege to interact with him, become industrialist. Okay? Sir, this class is all yours, and as you know that our CPD Bhopal students sitting in this conference room and our mute room, some two mute rooms are final year students, DPMT, DPT and PGD, PPT and PMD students are attending your class. Also we are streaming it live so that other CPD center can get the benefit out of your class. Thank you, sir.
okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Sabu. It is a nice opportunity for me also to address all of you.
And
In fact, I must apologize for the delay.
say, I know I have been in touch with you since the last 2 days. I had
Just to Delhi yesterday and I today morning I only reached back.
and that's why it is
Get delayed by
about half an hour or so.
Sir, what you that voice is little louder. Without mic it is okay. Without mic it is okay. Without mic it is okay.
It is okay. Then it is fantastic. I can stand and talk also. Because I have the habit of addressing the students by still standing and talking, and now I sit in my chair and then address or do some lectures. Okay. Are you able to hear my voice? Is okay now?
That voice is little louder. That's why it is getting little clumsy.
Okay.
My
Could you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Is okay. That's fine. Yeah, let me say, the Christmas is approaching. I must say, first of all, very happy Christmas, advance, and then advance happy New Year also. All of you who are sitting here in this room, as well as at Bhopal and other student fraternities sitting across the country and listening to my voice. And see, it's the topic of plastic recycling and waste management. I thought I can share with you some of the Indian experience first, and then some Japanese concept also where I visited a couple of times, and I have been a designated UNIDO consultant also on plastic waste management identified for the country from Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals or Parent Ministry. So let me start the topic straight away on that. Which one do you think? See, look at the Indian plastic industry scenario already. A snapshot was taken about a year back. Nevertheless, it doesn't change much except the financial figures may be bit here and there. It's a growth trend is always been seen. The raw material producers, when you look at it, it's about 15 and the processing registered and unregistered units, put together it's about 55,000. And the turnover in the processing industry alone about 15.5 billion virgin material, and the recycled materials about 4.5 billion. Capital assets about 12 billion. Look at this quantum jump in the raw material consumption over the years. In the 2010-11 data shows about 8 billion tons. Currently it must be about 9 billion tons or so, which will be expected to be out any time on this. The employment generation, direct and indirect put together, is about 4.37 billion, and the export value is about 3.56 billion US dollars. And the recyclables has got about 44,000 plus, means the plastic recycling units. India is not far behind as far as recycling is concerned. The recycling technology may be new, some technological development has taken place in the last few years. Nevertheless, we have been recycling, and it is a bread and butter for us, for many of the families. It gives a livelihood for so many years. Even from the first grain of raw material was produced in the country way back in 1960s, and all we could able to get, and very good, recycling units have come up in the last few years on this. And I could see, this is, you must be seeing some of the cartoon. Are you remembering from where? What is the cartoon says? You seen this cartoon anywhere? Newspaper somewhere? No. RK National, you know? No. Common man, you have not seen that. That's a particular, what is the picture I have shown here? Common man symbol. It came on the Indian Express also, you must have seen. I don't know how many people are not regularly reading newspapers. Right? Can you able to see that? What is that I have shown there? From Bhopal?
Sir.
Can you see that? Bhopal side?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want the students to answer from where this man has come.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Student,
Students, you just.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
this have you seen this anywhere else before? It is not my own creation, it is, I just copied somewhere. It's a famous cartoonist asked to put it on this. Anyway, I told the answer also. You can see that Indian Express paper, when you regularly read it, you will find this cartoon comes on this. The common man symbol. All of people, I think our friends sitting in Bhopal can understand something in Hindi also. So I'll try to talk somewhere, some few lines about Hindi also. Here we will not be understanding much. How many of you know Indian? Something? Okay. More English only. And somewhere I'll touch for our friends, students sitting there in Bhopal. Somewhere they'll understand Bhagavad Gita also. And today we use a variety of plastics. A lot of confusion comes. How plastic technology started? No. Plastic raw materials, products, applications, everything started, and we will learn first time. Have you gone through some of things? Plastic processing, plastic material. Some of you must have done. Maybe first year may not be there. First year they will not have come into the picture at all. Maybe second, third year, and CPT and these boys will. And he also wonders what we do with this material. You can read, go through. I'm not going to read the entire line by line. I will leave it the choice to you. So he is equally confused on what he wants to talk about this. Today material, a lot of application, lot of potential people talk, and people tell it is a harmful to the environment. Somebody says no. Somebody says you have seen the newspaper really comes. Plastics are banned. Plastic carry bags are banned in many cities. Okay. Can you able to ban all the plastic items? Today we see a lot of plastic items around us, including drinking water bottles and all. When you talk about that, the PET bottles for drinking water applications. Can you think of some other thing of glass bottles again? No. We are talking about so many things, plastic items, without even our human body is made out of biopolymers. Many of them is there. Right? Biopolymers, RNA, DNA, basically biomolecules, large molecular complexes. So it is from that angle, today we cannot think without plastic application, that what the man thinks about it, and he is equally confused what to do with the rubber material. We say the material of choice for a wide range of applications. If you could not able to hear my voice, please stop me there. Could you able to hear, no? My voice is okay?
Yes, yes, your
Yes.
voice
You want to reduce it or it's okay?
Reduce. I can reduce or not use that loudspeaker electricity.
Yeah. No, you could able to hear or it is louder or what do you feel?
It's very much clear, sir.
Okay, clear. Fine. See, we have umpteen number of examples. The material of choice I have listed here, which you can see, user-friendly, versatility, abundance, lighter weight, energy efficient, non-corrosive, aesthetic appeal. These all put together, these are the key attributes of this material, which has made its way by breaking through many barriers for conventional materials. We used to have a lot of conventional materials used to find applications, and that has been replaced because of it is a material of choice. It is not a material which comes as a replacement for conventional materials. I want to make it a point here. It is a material of choice. Certain things we say it's material of choice. There is no other alternatives available. That's how it has made a barrier has been broken, and conventional applications have been replaced with plastics in many number of fields. Now we see that. What are you talking about? What is the meaning of the eco-friendliness? We used to hear this word quite frequently from many angles. Many of the leading publishers used to say, everywhere column comes is a friendly material. What is the meaning of eco-friendly? It should ensure any material which ensures a sustainable development. Again, what is meant by sustainable development? It is not that today you use it, tomorrow you forget it. A sustainability comes when it is a cost to performance balance is well maintained. Then only it ensures sustainable. That means it should be a lower cost and it should be a longer life. That's what we mean by sustainability. Sustain the growth of any material should come based on productivity and eco-friendliness. If it is not eco-friendly, it cannot sustain the environment impact for over the years. Why is not? This is okay? That's what on this. See, sir, you talk about, deforestation. Anything which leads to, deforestation, or anything which talk about growing economy, physical, financial crisis in West. These all put together pressure on the material, and we want to develop more and more sustainable growth, sustainable environment-friendly material. Sustainability, again I want to define here, eco-friendliness. Any product which is promoted with a better cost to performance balance, and it should be eco-friendly means environmental friendly, then only it is sustainable. The sustainability comes, that's why we see our plastics are eco-friendly. Yes, how it is eco-friendly? You read what is written there on the surroundings. You talk about deforestation itself, global warming of greenhouse gases. This is another issue which has been talked about. I don't know how many of you know what the greenhouse gases are. Carbon dioxide is greenhouse gas. Methane is a greenhouse gas, which depletes ozone depleting substances. That leads to environmental imbalance. That means here it is a bit hotter, and Antarctic side is a bit very cold on all. Ice melts and all. What will happen? The whole water level will go up. Sea water will go up. Where will water will come inside? All the landscaping will be collapsed. So it has got a larger implication. Global warming means don't think that only temperature here is different, that is different. Right? It has got a larger implication of that global warming means. Anything which releases that type of greenhouse gases is also harmful to the environment. That's why people say don't burn the plastics. We never advocate you burn the plastic. That should not be done in any case on this. That's what I was talking about. That footwear, shelter, clothing. These are examples on this. It provides a humpty number of examples on this. When you talk about low-cost material, sustainable growth, it should be cheaper and eco-friendly. All the things, these are all the key attributes of the plastics. That is why it is eco-friendly on this. I will come back to the issues and all that. That time you can put your questions also on this. And today it is everywhere on this. I quickly go through the examples on it. Our different facets of life. You see, any applications on it. Key sectors of Indian economy. What are the key sectors of Indian economy? Say, we are an agricultural based economy today. But the agricultural growth rate is about 2 to 3% only today. Surprising. Service sector is growing about 8% on that. Whereas we talk about other medical field or Plastics are invariably penetrated in road. It has percolated down the line in the grassroots level of many fields of application which are listed here. Okay, this is all the agriculture, great production runs, drip tractors, greenhouses, coverages, storages, irrigation plants, sites. These are the applications of some selected applications, few applications of plastics in agriculture side. This is the household. I don't have to give an explanation. Now few slides, my slides will talk, I may not talk. So you just see the slides and understand yourselves better. Automotive applications, building and construction materials, I will quickly go through it because I am not able to complete otherwise the main topic side. Consumer electronics and health and hygiene materials, Medicare applications. These are all, we see these applications in our day-to-day life, right? Consumer goods, packagings, things like that. And this is the processed foods, food grinds and things like that. It has been for many years. In fact, the food, there was a Jute Packaging Act was there, enacted in 1986. It has been modified and some portion of now that's a liberalization is going on. So find majority of the things can also be packed in HDP on PP owned sacks and all. It is coming up. Legislation is coming up. And milk and water pouches and sachets. This is the plastics, vegetable packings. You talk about these bags, consumer goods. Again, packings for the extent of drug life and all. It's convenient, hygienic. And this is Jaipur food, which is made out of high density polyethylene, HMSDP. And it's been developed by our own SIPET, Mysore Center. And right, this is the ultra high molecular density polyethylenes as a knee replacement. And blood bags, PVC, this is must be common slide. And now, after seeing all these applications, if plastics are eco-friendly, where is the issue? Going to the next issue. So far, I have seen so many applications with all that, but people, why they abuse plastics? What is the reason for it? Many of you must have read, who are reading the regularly newspapers, you will find what are the key attributes for the reasons for that. People littering plastics, virtually it is not. Mixed garbage, challenge to the municipalities and all, and discriminate littering. This is what the symbol says on this. You should have a bin culture. I will go more detail on this. These are the three key issues. Rather, I put it like down. Littering is one. Dioxin emission for the burning of material and non-biodegradability. I'll address upon one issue after the other. Then we will go on to the solution for it. Then the solution lies in the risk management on this. This is the littering side. This is the common side everywhere. And visible I show on this. You also see many cases, I don't know how many of you have heard or have you seen for that. This is a common sight everywhere. We are responsible for it. We can talk on this issue itself, many of some examples on it. There is one of the forums which when I addressed one of the municipalities and municipal solid waste management students, that time there was a huge thing was there. Sir, we could see the newspaper and the plastics are being eaten away by the cow and cow died of suffocation. And that also came in paper. Correct, I fully agree. Then another thing came in a flood situation in Mumbai. All the plastic carry bags blocked in the drainage dumps and lead to there is no drainage. There is rainwater harvesting. Everything drainage is blocked. Where it will go? When drainage is blocked, water stagnation comes. When water stagnation is there, leads to mosquitoes and all. We talk about dengue fever, that fever, this fever, all the things. Malaria, everything related comes. Now, what is the root cause for that? When you analyze it, it is what the habit of the people, it is the throwaway culture. When our own people, Indians, when brothers and sisters who are all here, when you go to Singapore airport or US airport, when you take out a toffee, some chocolate or something, we'll throw it, we don't throw it. We'll see where the bin is there, we'll put that in the proper bin. The same thing, we don't think. India is also want to grow like Japan or Singapore or China like that. We want to throw it. Because nobody catches. No policeman around. If you want to put a policeman for this law, then everyone should be a policeman. Then only it is possible to control. Otherwise it is impossible. Right? Just to give that glimpses on that. Do litter. Because plastic doesn't litter by itself. We do it. The littering habit should go literally. Literally to say the littering habit is to That is the only remedial solution. And that doesn't mean we blame something on that. We should not burn the product. We should burn ourselves rather, and we should educate ourselves. Indiscriminate littering is the root cause which should not be solved. That's why people used to say, even the people who are against the lobby, we are pro-plastic campaign, sometimes we say that. The anti-plastic groups campaign or the environmental NGOs, they always attack on one thing: don't carry a carry bag rather than carry a bag. But what we used to tell, carry a carry bag rather than carrying a bag. But carry this carry bag umpty number of times, still you find it is no longer being used. Then you dispose it off sensibly. Dispose it off sensibly means what? Not just throwing on somewhere on the roadside. It should be given, it fetches some value. That's what the waste to wealth concept has done. Our country is not such, we are developing nations. Asian Tiger is one of the developing nations in the world. Even all the countries look at us for the growth potential. Why are we talking about so much of foreign direct investment today? Because where there is a potential, there is a growth. Where there is a growth, there foreigner has to see. Where there is a business opportunities. That's what one humorous story of just one line I will tell on this. One gentleman told, I went to a particular place and I have seen the people are not even wearing the shoes or chappals. Barefooted they are coming. Then the other gentleman told with a business acumen in his mind, that is the potential market. Because people doesn't wear, we ask them to wear. We tell them this is the benefit of wearing a shoe or a chappal, then there is a potential. Other man say with a negative side. No, nobody will wear, because they don't have the habit of wearing any shoes or chappals. You guys, where the thing lies, it is in our thinking on that. There one man thinks it's an opportunity, other man thinks there is no opportunity. It all depends how well we think on that. There is a plenty of opportunities. When the littering is there, how to stop littering, how to go for bin cultures, how to advocate that, how to collect, how to segregate. Those things are more important rather than blaming plastics. That's what I want to emphasize here. And this is what the municipal garbage dumps is a common sight you must see. When the garbage comes on that, a lot of rag pickers earn their livelihood from plastic waste on it. These figures you forget it. These are the data taken some time back, National Research Institute. Even CIPET has done a survey on quantification of plastic waste, that the plastic waste content in the municipal solid waste varies from place to place, location to location, city to city. In a bigger metro cities, in Ahmedabad it comes about even 12% or 13% by weight. Whereas in some rural areas you go, the consumption is less. It may be 2% or 3% in the garbage dump. So it does by a particular scientific method, take it out and 140 systems as per the standards. It has been analyzed and been shown. It is ranging from even 2% to 20% also by weight. Plastics in the garbage dumps. See, now coming to the per capita consumption of plastics. In Europe and USA, developed nations, the per capita is very high on this. It goes, even a small country like Belgium, that figure is not available here. Belgium has got a per capita is about 120 kilograms, highest in the world today. Belgium, very small country. But USA it has got 100. It's also magnitude is very high. And Europe and other capitals say 50 kgs per capita or more than that. World average is about 26 kilograms today. And India per capita is about 8.5 kilograms. That's the rate. So plastics make 7 to 8. That's one analysis data to the world. So forget about this data. This is not meaningful, and it goes to keep on changing it also. Dioxin is reality. So first issue I addressed. Second issue is about dioxin. How many of you know what is dioxin means? Are you listening from Gopal? I want to hear from you also. You read it also and tell everything is written there. But I want to understand from your end what is the dioxin means. Why we are talking about dioxin? You have heard about dioxin or not? Or you are listening about dioxin only today? Gopal?
Yes, sir. We are listening, sir.
Just listeners or there's some interactive. Otherwise I will go on talking. So interaction is always a two-way traffic, not one-way traffic. One way and only for road and for channelizing the people, traffic, they put one way. In all the interactive sessions, it's a two-way traffic. you also interact with your questions, you also say yes or no. Then only I'll understand how much you understand on this. Or is it, this is of no use for us, we don't want to talk about this. How many of you know Dyaxin side? Any student from Bhopal?
Sir, from Bhopal's end, we all are listening very carefully.
No, listening carefully is okay, but I want some interaction also from students who are sitting there. About 30 students must be there in the hall. Maybe in mute room also you have many people.
Yes, sir. Take care of this, sir. Please, sir. We'll take
No,
care of
you are not understanding what I say. How many of you know that Dyaxin means what?
Actually, ma'am, he asked something, but I can't understand anything.
Okay. Then, sir, the students, they are asking for, they are not understanding, they want some low speed. Because they are
Low
not,
speed.
means,
Low speed or high speed?
no, sir. Students are not getting properly.
Oh, then you want to go a little slow.
The slow one, yes, sir. Little slow, sir. Why is not coming?
See, I have written about Dyaxin, a reality. Are you reading the screen?
Yes, sir.
Are you reading the screen?
Yes, sir. Students.
But student tell. I want from student, not from Rashmi, who is sitting there, librarian who reads every day some Dyaxin, something article comes. I don't want from a faculty.
You can
Some
answer.
student has to answer.
Students, you can answer sir's question.
Ma'am, actually, I can't understand.
You are, it's all visible. Just answer. Anyone can answer.
Ma'am, actually,
Anyone can answer.
questions. What kind of question?
Boy, anyone
No,
can
no.
answer.
Are you seeing my slide?
So what's your question?
Any one of you, are you earlier aware what is Dyaxin mean? Or you don't know what is Dyaxin?
You know what is dioxin? Sir is asking.
The dioxin is the chemical substance which is found in PVC. PVC is source of dioxin.
Okay.
Mistake to Lordy, sir.
Don't make noise. Just answer.
The dioxin is source of PVC.
Sir, she is answering of your question. One student of DPT.
Let her answer.
So dioxin source is PVC.
See, Siram, I will tell you other sources. In polymer means what you rightly said, that is the only substance, not PVC alone.
Okay.
Vinyl chloride containing polymers. It is not polychlorofluoridine, vinylidene chloride. There are many polymers available. Copolymers of PVC, anything vinyl chloride containing polymers. Don't say that only PVC. PVC is limited to only one polymer. The whole vinyl goes on that. Okay, this is you are reading it. You can go through that. The whole family. Because this dioxin is calculated in the minds of people because of mainly two substances. One is polychlorodibenzoyl. The next one is tetrachlorodibenzoyl. Polychloro, tetrachloro means number of chlorine atoms is more than that. Then it comes. I didn't confuse you with the structures. Only the name I have given on that. Tetrachlorodibenzoyl. It is the most dangerous materials. Even furans also dangerous equally. Dioxin containing substances. But I already mentioned it. This is, you see the next line. PVC or chlorine containing polymers. Even in PVC also, in the life cycle, what do you mean by life cycle of a polymer? Anyone can tell? What we say from life cycle of polymer?
Just answer.
No.
Tell. Ask from you. If you answer that. What is the life cycle of human. We are born, grown up, elderly, then we die one day. Isn't that? That is the cycle completes. That's the human cycle. Like that, polymer life cycle means what? Polymer with energy, polymerization, polymer, process, end product application. Then whether you throw it or can go for that, ultimately it goes somewhere on that recycle back.
Yes, sir.
Unless you recycle, the life cycle doesn't complete. Unless you convert it, what is after all, you all must have basic, science or physics subjects you have seen. Energy can neither be created. That means one form of energy is converted into another form. Very good. I think we good. That means we are doing injustice by not doing that. If you don't do recycling at all, it is harmful to the environment. How? When it goes inside, it creates all these things. It doesn't get destroyed for even hundreds of years. That must be knowing. Hundreds of years, it doesn't get destroyed. That is what we call it as non-biodegradable nature of polymers. Unless you make it biodegradable, unless you make it recyclable, unless you recycle and come back to the energy cycle back and forth, then the life cycle never stops. It is also known as cradle to grave approach. In the nutshell, they also call it cradle to grave approach. Cradle means what? Newborn baby, where they will put it? They will put in a small cradle, let's say like that. Then it goes to the graveyard, where you bury it and then put some stone there. Some different, methodology is being followed. Hindu is one and Christian is one. So many things. But ultimately, it is like that cycle is complete. That completion doesn't happen in plastics. That is the problem on this. That is why we talk about environment, nuisance, creation. Anyway, about even PVC. Our friends sitting there are also told PVC is there on chlorine containing polymers, and manufacturing of vinyl chloride content and incineration stage. Incineration is controlled burning, that is called incineration. Uncontrolled burning, if you do it, that is not incinerators are developed. Yes?
Hello?
Anything?
Sir, I
Yeah.
have a question. Sir, when they repeat the cycle of the polymers, it lose some property.
Which one?
Hello?
The recycled polymers, it loses property.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll come back. Now, I am not talking about technology yet. I am talking about only issues. You wait for some time. You keep all your questions. At the end, I will answer it. Okay? You will get the answer. I didn't talk so far. So wait for that question. You understand what are the issues first. Okay? This lecture can be covered in half an hour also, 20 hours also. It all depends on your interaction. I will stop somewhere and go on this. Right? That is what on this. Now, I always make like that. Interesting. Otherwise, somewhere from our audience, go to skip some of these. Okay, now you go through this carefully on this. Now you told dioxin, we know dioxin means chlorine containing polymers. Do not there ends the chapter. There are other substances which are equally contributing towards dioxin emission. When our old days, even in villages, you see, people you will take the wood for as a fuel for burning and taking it out for the cooking and all. People use this wood and then burn and then make boiling and cooking, everything takes place. Burning of wood also releases dioxin. Even your dead body is burned, releases dioxin. Dead body is burned. You are not supposed to burn the dead body alone. It's burned and it releases dioxin. I'm telling you about now, earlier days people used to have the charcoal, keep it and have a cow dung manure and put that wooden and then burn it. Now electric is hot. All of a sudden it We have seen only one end. We know up to that. We use, that's all. One part of our life is, of the plastic is spent with us directly. Other part is spent the manufacturing side, somebody else. So, a plastic baby from born to the graveyard, it keep on transferring from one hand to the other hand. It is not a single man's baby. Is it not? Manufacturer is one baby for that. We have bought the plastics on that. And then the end user like us, we use it. We are taking the care of the baby, and it is our responsibility to take care of the instinct. What we call it, say it is the producer's responsibility. Would you able to hear me? Why there is a thing? Here or not? See, what I told, it is the baby born means it is the parent's responsibility. It is some responsibility from the environment also. When we go, our friends are contributing towards our life, is it not? When at the end somebody is helping us, taking care of us. You are not at the hands of your parents all the time. You are sitting here and taking care of the institute is taking care of. When you go out, your friends take care of you. When you go to other country, you will have some more new friends. So responsibility comes everywhere. The society is built in. I want to say, the total responsibility comes for us as far as to take care of the plastics. That is what we call it as social responsibility. From that only, corporate social responsibility has come. What is the corporate responsibility? They put the government side. Who has produced the baby? It's the raw material manufacturer or the product manufacturer. Ultimately, the product manufacturer has been fixed the responsibility and say extended producer responsibility. Have you heard the word EPR? Extended producer responsibility. Gopal, anybody else?
Yes, sir.
You are little loud now. How we can hear? जोर से बोलो ना. सुन रहे हो?
Hello? Hello?
हमारे पास लोग.
On है ये तो. On है.
Hello?
What extended producer responsibility? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. This is what we are talking about. Okay, then I will skip this one. This also I will not do it. Coming to the picture of this. Now, baby is born. It has been used by all of us. Here, what the baby means what? The product. Product is born. And it is used by all of us. Collective responsibility lies in. It is not X or Y is responsible. That is the biggest problem. Your own baby will take care, will say, be born. He is my baby, my family, everything. Nobody bothers, it is my bottle which I purchased. I forget it, throw it. If that situation comes, mind block, then nobody takes care of this. Just bring it and throw it. There somebody, it is not my duty to see that it goes to the proper way, safely discarded, safely goes to the recycling, nothing. We don't want the responsibility. Right? Unless the jumping of signals, how many of you do that? The fellows who go by bike or something like that. We know it's not jump signal. Sometimes we are forced to jump the signals. If this bus comes, we will force you. Otherwise, he will knock you down. You will nowhere. Right? There are many things are there, very big. So our responsibility doesn't end there. That's what. From that angle only, the word corporate social responsibility is come. What is contributing towards it? We do educational programs, we do seminars, we do conferences. Of course, we get some funding support from ministry. Because we do it. It's of the corporate responsibility. We train the boys and then give them so that they do the recycling part. That is also part of responsibility we take care of. Somebody financially help to do it. Like big organizations. Reliance don't do as a part of corporate social responsibility. Institutions like us, we contribute in kind, not in cash, towards corporate social responsibility. See, source reduction, repair, recycle, and all. These all that we have discussed many things. I'll go some examples also on that, which you can go through it. But recycling is the best optimum solution. Move on. Don't go for landfilling. landfilling sites, sea dumping, these are all things of the past. No country adopts today. No landfilling bomb, sea dumping bomb. That's an animal is going to die on this. Source reduction, reducing the wall thickness. One side the technology promotion. You reduce the wall thickness of the product, technology promotion. But same thing, it flying here and there doesn't been collected by regulators. So that should be a compromising solution on that. That's why Government of India has put a class. Any of these carry bags used on floor should not be less than 40 microns, as per the recent Central Pollution Control Board notification on this. Right? Solid waste management notification. Okay, this is what the cost reduction, weight reduction, many of you are aware. See some of the hutments, bags, it's shelter for the poor man's. Something you do it, even our country, that's why very wise people are. We don't throw many other things. Even the chemical fertilizer things, we see big corporate things. That we take it for taking bath. You have got a lowest person also can survive in India. He has got a very low income. A richest man also can survive in India. That's the biggest plus point of this. That's what we call it as unity in diversity. Diversity in culture, diversity in financial status, diversity in thinking, but we are all united. Very well, some fight here and there, like brothers and sisters, are you not fighting each other in house? You do it. That doesn't mean we separate off. We compromise, we leave on that. That is the biggest plus point on this. When we have that thinking, this is very important. People think, but they may not think they are contributing towards enhancing the lifespan of plastics by stitching and reusing. No, due to economic reasons. But it contributes towards environmental balancing. Anything which you extend the life, you are contributing definitely towards the environment. That way it comes sustainable growth comes. These are recycling. What the new technologies, what the existing technologies. I'm coming to the technology part. Conventional technology is one, new technology is one. Conventional technology, you talk about recycling, incineration, landfilling. Incineration, landfilling, you cut off. No country adopted, even though the technology they tailor, it's not there. Only recycling we focus. New technology side, liquid fuel generation, waste to oil conversion. Even CIPET is contemplating. CIPET has already the process of putting up a waste to oil plant at Guwahati. Maybe very shortly, the next year, 2013, you will definitely see a plant will be installed at Guwahati for converting plastic waste to fuel. It's already been used. Polymer blends for road application. Blending with bitumen on the road. That's also another good application. Promoted in many parts of the country. I'll give some examples. And co-processing in cement fillets as an energy medium. Cement needs not energy for converting, producing from cement, from limestone. There you need to have some energy input. That energy supplements by plastic waste, but it should be in dry form. You add simply along with the cement kilns and process it. The energy equivalent in plastic is made into advantage in processing of cement, but it should be a dry form of waste. That is the only condition. Any amount of waste can go in that, but it is not a value-added proposition. That is why it is not picking up so great in India. Recycling, factory mechanical, mixed waste, and feedstock recycling. Mechanical means simply you recycle the material, granulate it, which you must be doing it. You know, some of the processing guys, PPT, they know. Now I ask one question on that. You must have heard reprocessing and recycling. What is the difference between these two? PPT is sitting there. PPT students over there.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between recycling and reprocessing?
So reprocessing in which a chemical reaction also including in only recycling we can use scrub grinder, such as a scrub grinder machining.
No. Cycle means, as I told you, life cycle means what? You take raw material, right? Produce product,
Yes,
use
sir.
it, throw it, collection, then reprocess it.
Yes, sir.
Either reuse it or simply energy recovery. That means reprocessing is one step of the recycling process. not same. You understand? I know all the students will have the thinking like that only. Immediately come to the conclusion and say, sir, this is like that, this is chemical and nothing. I don't have the symbol. You know, a circle, life cycle on this. You take the raw material, then process it, end use, then collection, then reprocess, regranulation, reclamation. The word reclamation also used. Reclamation, reprocessing, regranulation all same. Then it goes to the new product manufacturing. That is product to product approach. It is called product to product. That means that is recycling. Plastic recycling is not same like plastic reprocessing. Reprocessing is one step of the recycling process. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Mixed waste is another one. Multi-layer films. This is also another perennial issue. Multi-layer, how will you do it? Multi-layer saturated. There are many technologies available. I will go through the names of something. Mixed waste or the feedstock recycling is here what the chemical reaction takes place. In other two cases, it is simple mechanical transformation of solid state, molten state, again to solid state. That's what happening in the two technologies. Mostly. Mixed waste, some variation I will touch upon. Whereas in feedstock, it is chemical reaction, unzipping of the molecular constituents. What do you mean by unzipping of molecular constituents? Molecule built up of several repeating units. Is it not? Polymer long molecular chains. Right? You have polyethylene, CH like that chain. This all you are going to unzip. Unzip means what? You are breaking into fragments. C2 fractions. What is C2? What is C2, C3?
Don't know, sir. Don't know, sir.
C2 means 2 carbon. What is 2 carbon containing chemical name? Ethane, propylene, 3 carbon.
Yes,
That is
sir.
called C2, C3. That is called C2, C3 fractions. Don't confuse with that. You read every C2, C3 fractions. What is ethylene basically? Methane. Come on.
Methane.
Ethylene, how many carbon? Here. Higher homologs of hydrocarbons. Correct? You have chemistry background, you must be understanding, right? So that way C2, C3, C10, C15, C20, they are higher homologs of hydrocarbons. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
How many have been heard here? You had C2 fraction? No. Satya, no. Satya, no. Listen what you understand, you understand. What does it mean here? That one you can go. Okay? Anybody wants to say something? Anybody want to say something?
No, sir.
Okay, well, can I continue with that? Can I continue?
Yes,
See, limited. So nylon 6 comes PET recycling, chemical recycling of PET, nylon, as well as PMMA. These are the 3 polymers. Today, India has the capability, or in fact, world over, done through chemical recycling. Only these 3 polymers. Please note down on this. I'll come to it. Then another form of classification of recycling, primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary recycling. One form is mechanical, waste stock, fixed stock recycling, and chemical recycling. There is another form of recycling classification. Like polymers, how do you classify?
देखिए दे रही सर के गियर फंसा है
Thermoplastics, thermosets, heat resistant polymers, non-heat resistant polymers. There are many classifications. Homopolymers, copolymers. Correct. Like that, many classifications are there. In recycling also different classifications. One is mechanical, mixed waste, chemical or feedstock recycling. The other one is primary recycling, secondary recycling, tertiary recycling and quaternary recycling. Primary means more good, as good as a virgin material which is not being used at all. So much. It is not rubbish. It has been mechanically converted into a product. That's all about primary recycling. It can be within the shop floor. You must be doing, shop floor recycling. What you do it? You take runners and waste. You grind it and mix with the virgin material. It comes under primary recycling. In-house recycling, primary recycling comes. Secondary, all garbage dump collected waste, which is you have to clean it, segregate, and then grind it and make into mechanically reusable products. That is called secondary. Tertiary means it is again recovery of your feedstocks. It is tertiary recycling, also known as feedstock or chemical recycling. Then quaternary recycling, it is the energy recovery. You recover electrical energy, heat energy from plastics by through incineration mechanisms. Then that comes under quaternary recycling. Okay, but I don't read it. I already told you. So in-house, in the shop floor itself, when you go through the sketch, you will understand. 5 to 10% of plastic waste can be mixed with the grain material. Here somebody asked the question, when you do mechanical recycling, the properties is going to decrease 100% true. You cannot keep on doing it for 100 times. It will be very embrittlement and it will be no longer possible to use such recycled plastics because there is a limited extent of recyclability is called. That's what we say in studies. What is the extent of recyclability of a particular material? 4 times, 5 times? Normally speaking, any polymers, when you recycle, first time there is a reduction in property, maybe 10%, and goes by 4th or 5th generation recycling, you will reach to some even 20% of the original properties. That much iteration is possible. It is varying from polymer to polymer. If you nylon you recycle, maybe 10 times, after that you can come. Polyethylene you can recycle maybe 5 times or 4 times. It depends on the generic nature of the polymer, and there is no hard and fast rule. All polymers the thumb rule is applicable. Correct? So you can go for that. Of course, I don't do this one. Factors, it is a little higher range topic. Factors governing considered for quality improvement, which I'll skip that one. And some other things, like you see the application pictures more. Diploma level students, something on that. Let us not go to the too much technicality on that. I just give a line sketch outline on this. Okay, oven sacks, recycling and converting is a part of mechanical part. Again, flower pots can be done on that. Box wrapping is a co-extrusion technology. Some other people still use it. Even in Chennai, nearby locality, I have seen myself. Box wrapping. You go for granulation. It's also mechanical. What all I am showing the line sketches on mechanical side. Now we are talking about value addition. Now you talk about normal recycling, there is a deterioration in properties. Normal recycling, there is a deterioration in properties. What will you do to enhance the property or the performance? There are quite a number of approaches. That is what we call it as value addition for property improvement. PCR means post-consumer reclaim. You add another consumer reclaim. Suppose ABS is there, polycarbonate is there. Very good compatibility these two polymers at the virgin material level. Same is the code applicable for recycled material also. You have some improvement additives, impact modifiers. That's what the research lies. So many of the research scholars do still research on these areas. Value-added recyclates from recycled materials. It is not a thing on this. Vibrating, extruder, and then here only thing multi-layer side comes. The compatibility is a big question mark. What is multi-layer means? Can you tell me an example of a multi-layer film? People in PPT in Bhopal. Can you tell me example of multi-layer packaging film?
Multi-layer packaging film.
Yes?
Layer packaging film.
अच्छा आ रही है
See, I'm not able to hear you. Tell me.
Yes, yes.
Hello. How are you?
अरे उससे आवाज नहीं है, तुम तो वो ग्रीन है।
ग्रीन ही
बोलो, डायरेक्ट बोलो ना।
क्या बोल चिप्स पैकेट सर
Yes?
चिप्स पैकेट
Chips packet, what is the layer contains? What is the layer contains? Chemical.
three layers.
What are the 3 layers? What are the 3 layers?
Sir, LDP and aluminum foil.
See, any packaging you understand, multi-layer was developed to promote barrier properties of film without compromising the sealability. So there is LDP, sealability, inner layer comes, then we talk about barrier layer, then carrier layer, which carries the barrier layer as well as the top layer of this. 3-layer films always have. Milk pouches we talk about, there are 2-layer milk pouches or 3-layer also available. You talk about barrier property, there is invariably PET layer is included with melt merging or by adhesive laminations, laminated pouches. But this creates a problem in mechanical recycling. Moreover, the problem is getting compounded by going for an aluminium foil layer on that. Aluminium never mixes with the plastics when you go for recycling. That is the biggest problem country faces today. World over, biggest problem of mechanical recycling is only the culprit is aluminium layers. More so.
So why?
Right.
Why?
Because it doesn't go with that. It doesn't go with that mechanical recycling part. Your aluminium foil will never mix with that. It is like a doping. You know what is doping means? It doesn't mix means it's a doping on that. And it has to be extracted out. There is an aluminium extraction is there. We have to extract out the aluminium and then go for it, but it is not a economically viable solution. Well, theoretically we can talk. Go for a solvent and remove that aluminium layer. But how much expensive it is? Solvent extraction is again a big question mark. So it's not possible to do it. But forget about that aluminium part. Again, polyethylene and LDP. Is it compatible to each other? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No. Not compatible. Again, that's why you add some compatibilizer, mix compatibilizers to that. Maleic anhydride grafted copolymers. Compatibilizes your PET and LDP and all. Then you can get a good pretty product. But you have to go for value additions. This also research is still going on. It is not that research is complete. Many students are least pursuing MTech research or the PhD level, some blends and alloys development, value-added recycling, still research stage is going on. That's another interesting technology which has not been promoted in India to a larger extent. That is intrusion molding. Let's see. 1 minute. I'm just taking. Seeing that slide, what I have presented, intrusion molding or extrusion flow molding, promoting plastic lumbers. This is also another interesting technology, but here, the cost of a minimum economic size plant starts with 1.5 crores approximately. This is about 1 year back or 1.5 years back. I got some figures on that. Now you can present value addition you added, escalation in cost. It must be not less than 2 crores on this. Investment is high. One is investment. Huge quantity of waste should be available. Today, this lumber development is promoted by Dolplast. You must read about the company in India. Dolplast, have you heard? Otherwise, browse through the net. You are all, net savvy people. You understand more technological, implications, how to do, what to search and all. Better than our generation can. I'm next generation. You are next generation. So you will understand much better than me in this side. Go through the net, find out what Dolplast is. What all things are. Zolplast also one of the award winners in some occasions when national award was given. We particularly bought this type of product to promote on this lumbers development. This is a new thing as far as India is concerned. But the technology wise, we are almost 10 years behind than US. US, this technology I learned when I visited in 1995. At that time it was just promoted technology. Today we got award winning for that and many plants have been developed. That means we are more than 15 years behind, why 10 years as far as technology is concerned. This is what the feedstock recycling, many cases. Unzipping of the molecular constituent, I said, that's what I have shown here. How you unzip? By pyrolysis or catalytic cracking, gasification, chemolysis, all results in unzipping resulted in basic monomeric materials C2, C3, C4 fractions. Then you go for polymerizing and get the polymeric product. That is why the purity of the material which you regenerate by chemical recycling is the highest 99.9% you can achieve, not in mechanical recycling. Mechanical, the purity doesn't come. Some element of ingredient, some impurities will remain. Okay, and much more low cost investment, it is a higher cost investment. People talk about feedstock recycling, a smaller capacity, not less than 10 crores plant you can put in. That is why business opportunity for an entrepreneur here is less, mechanical recycling is more. This you can read it, anyway you can understand, for that I don't go to the technical details of it, because our friends are diploma level people, if I tell caprolactam, size reduction, this, that, then you will, how the people will sleep. Of course this is not the time to sleep. After lunch there is a possibility. Right? This is not the time to sleep on that. So you can understand some of the things. I combined with that, it's a fractionation and distillation, more focus on some glycolysis process, things like that. It is like more of a chemistry oriented related subject. Reactor, high pressure reactors, oligomers, conversion. Essentially you are unzipping, converting into C2, C3 fraction and making it, cycling it back to the polymer and then the product. That's what I said, never use the term both are same. Reprocessing is one step of the recycling process. Once again I stress upon this. Okay, this is about recycling in the case of PMMA, polymethyl methacrylates, waste oil conversion plant, pyrolysis, catalytic pyrolysis of oil, olefins into energy. We have plants in operation in India itself. At least I could visit a couple of plants like that, and one at Hyderabad and one at Chennai. Those are prone technology for converting plastic waste into oil. Means furnace oil, then redefine the furnace oil that we can convert it into lighter oils. This light oil, they claim it is equivalent to your diesel, but it is equivalency doesn't mean it matches with diesel as far as flash point is concerned, as far as the contaminant levels are concerned, sulfur content and things like that. That way it doesn't match. That's why it could not be promoted as a replacement for diesel. Still research is on. Still people are working. Reactor design change, catalytic design change. Go for that. Okay, I just give a glimpse on that. On the cost on this 7 tons capacity plants is costing about roughly about 6.5 to 7 crores today on that. Even Sipet they will be getting about 1 ton capacity plant. That plant cost is about 1.5 crores. That's what the model plant they are going to establish at Guwahati. Very short, as I mentioned, in 2013 you will see a plant at Guwahati. Some of you will have a chance to visit there also and you can able to see. There's only one model center as far as Sipet is focusing on. Waste management is concerned. Okay, this is what the line sketch. Again, they are basically it's a reactor. It's a reactor, and you are feeding the material. There is a lead-based reactor base is there. You are heating it up to a temperature about 400, 500 degrees. Then slowly it raises the temperature. Temperature goes up on it. If it reaches 1500, doesn't reach. Temperature is around 400, 500, 600 like that. Under temperature, degradation, gases, evolution and all. These gases are in a series of condensing cylinders, means condensers. We talk about fractional distillation columns, right? this what we call when gases side, when come out or the vapors come out, when you condense it, you solidify and cool it back and get the liquid fractions out. Somewhere C2, C3 fractions which can never be condensed. All the gaseous fractions of C2, C3 cannot be condensed. It has to be in gas form. Either you use it for burning as a fuel again. It will have a very good flash points. So it can be used as a fuel again. Then cut off the fuel intake from outside. Internally it takes care of C2, C3 fractions and go for fractional distillation columns. Then you get a heavy oil which is called furnace oil. Further fractional distillation leads to lighter oils. This lighter oil they claim it as equivalent to diesel, but it can never be equivalent to diesel. Still research work is going on this. Then it can be sold. Now the furnace oil cost is about 22 or 25 rupees. This furnace oil where it is used, it can be used any type of application except internal combustion engines. You cannot use the furnace oil, Agricultural pump sets they tried. Agricultural pump sets as a oil fuel, when oil fired your motors are said, there they have used it. It has come successfully well. But it can be used for rotomolding. Rotomolding you can use. It has been a good application on that. This furnace oil goes on that. Why not? This oil can be used as a replacement for the other oils and all, where it can be fetching at about income of about 22 or 25 rupees a kilo. It depends on input material cost. Today, input material cost surprisingly has gone up. Today, everyone, that means awareness has come and more demand for recycled material is available. That's why the scrap prices has crept down. Earlier it was, roadside scrap was available about 6 rupees. Today you go and find out in the market it's not less than 10 or 12 rupees. That means your end product margin is squeezed. So business opportunities still exist here, my point is. But only thing is, you have to ensure that quantity of waste available, 7-ton capacity plant, that much waste should be made available at the site. Then only it is possible. And this type of waste should not contain more percentage of chlorine and PET. It is meant for olefinic waste only, mainly. Chlorine or PET should not go along with that. If it goes more percentage, your output oil will come down. That's what the manufacturer claims. Still technology improvement is required. Why not? If somebody try to remove only chlorine and PET bottle, then you cannot claim it's an energy recovery plant from mixed solid waste, mixed plastic waste. That's what the technology still, development has been taking place in India and developed countries also. I am comparing that way because I have visited a couple of times to Japan and I have been to USA also. From 95 onwards, I must have visited about 15 countries in this line. 15 countries world over on this. This is what the oil, you see the color on that, color of the oil in spot on this. You will talk about first, second, third, fourth. That means the darker version is the furnace oil. Little fractional distillation you get, the color changes with that. Then lighter oil comes further on this. Different fractions derived from distillation of crude oil, which you get. Initially you get the crude oils and then fractional distillation columns that is built in, it goes from there. So there is a business opportunity. If anyone ensures there's a good quantity of waste is available in our locality, we can able to do that plant, we can do it. But question mark is, can we get uninterrupted supply of feedstock? 7 tons per day of solid waste, means plastic waste. Segregated only plastic waste. That also it should be PVC less percentage and PET also less percentage, maybe 1 or 2%, 3% can be tolerable. More percentage of PVC will reduce your output, then viability is a big question. Co-processing in kiln, I don't go through the details, it is not a value addition proposition. It is in fact burning something and making use of the energy content to make the cement processing on this. So it's not a much value proposition. Bitumen road. Roadside already, many of you, I don't know, in Bhopal any road has been laid with plastic and bitumen road. In Chennai it's a very common sight. Municipal corporation started using all type of road waste and all, put a grinder there on the roadside and the fellow will grind it and make it into small flakes and the flakes are mixed with your blue metal, it is all, the stones, blue metal side, and then make a coating over it and then onto the coating on that pour more amount of plastics and then tar. heat it up to a temperature of about 155, 165 degrees, and then lay the road. This road is long lasting. There are roads available in Chennai in and around 10-15 years, it is intact. That means this technology has been already implemented 10 years back in different parts of Chennai, and it has been proved during the monsoon when other normal roads, conventional roads gave way, this is intact. That shows that's a good. Well, the only thing is slippery can come if the quantity of plastic waste is more, because plastic by itself it leads to slippery surfaces, right? Bad seeds, slippery surfaces, it's a danger also built in. That is why they take care of putting some small fine grinds on the road over and above the plastic roads. Then the road grip is much good. Right? No, everything. When there is a problem, there is a solution also. This is what the example I could have. I could not get the photograph of in and around Chennai. I could copy some of the sketches given on that. I could see it's the best sketches available. So Calcutta example, win-win situation I could present it here. Okay, many application spectrum you can see. Value addition, converting this from box trappings, milk pouches to raincoat, rain application sites, Indian experience, battery cases and luggages, which has been converted and molded, and plastic carry bags to mat sites, and this. See, even former president of India, she also appreciated the effort. The floor mat from plastic waste, along with our former secretary, who is also in the picture. Along with other gentleman who is the Environment Trust chairman of Trust India Foundation, he is also witness to that. When he showed this presentation, once I said, "Sir, with your kind permission, can I transport it to my slide site?" I said, "Of course." I know, Sukumar, when you talk in many forums, it's a message also spread very clearly. We are happy to give you. But he shared me these photo sketches. I must thank him on this certification. See, there are different other applications which are getting promoted. Bales, stackings, road furnitures, benches. These all comes from the lumbers. What I talk about lumbers, lumber development by intrusion molding. This is a part of this. Agree? Promoted grocery bags, small, plastic tubes, fencing site, mulching, canal lining, promoted. What is there on this? There is where recycle also can be used, or biodegradable material films also can be used for. Few furnitures, signboard interiors, signages. I think I am running out of time. Maybe 1 5. I thought it's 1.5 minutes it can come. You can just go through that. And now that's the more important thing. What we have been doing on environmental policies. Is there any policies, code of practices? Yes, very well accepted. This is more interesting also on this. What our country has. We have legislation. We have BIS guidelines which has been already updated once in 6 months, definitely, and based on the requirements of the industries. IS 14534/1998 revised matter is available today. It's an older standard. I am just referring it. Revised standard, lateral response going on. Every time they take care of it. Indian Center for Plastics Environment, which was promoted in 1999, they also contribute. Ministry of Environmental Forest under EcoMark scheme, they are promoted. They also go for that. Different NGOs are actually involved. There is a legislation, National Environmental Policy 2006, which has been amended also further on that. Ministry of Environment follow health rules, that is more important, you can read it, 2011, which stipulates about banning use of recycled plastics in food contact. Now only legislation has come. But we have been telling it should not be used. Now they put it as a legislation. But who is going to check again? Legislation has come now. But who is going to check again? And this also talk about extended producer responsibility, and the role of rag pickers also well defined in that particular rule of 2011. Plastic waste management handling rules. This got a various state government stipulated norms. Tamil Nadu talks about 20 microns, Punjab 40 microns, minimum thickness. But again, the central law says there should be a mandatory of 40 microns thickness. But different states have fixed their own norms. See the state like Himachal Pradesh. They have fixed a minimum carry bag thickness is 70 microns. Of course, there are some, wherever there is a public interest litigation bill, they will put immediately you ban that plastic and all. Such hearings are already going on. You know, Justice Raghunath Mishra Committee, Chopra Committee recommendations, all studies have been done, lot of work, right? And the government from CPET, what we are doing it on this, DCPC GOI, Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, we nowadays started calling it supports CPET. CPET is an extended arm of the ministry. What do you mean extended arm? Ministry has got an arm. We extend that arm so that reach out is much faster. That's what we call it as an extended arm. We reach to a larger community. The percolate down from the ministry's policies and decisions on plastics have been percolated down to a larger extent through an extended arm. That is why we call it as CPET, an extended arm of the Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals. We organize a lot of workshops, grassroots level campaigns. We have done, in fact, school level campaigns also we have done it. A lot of research projects we have taken, DST projects, scientific approaches, funding support from the different ministries, and encouraging through different schemes, national awards. There also recycle is one of the things where awards have been given. Then talk about some policy framework from the ministry, parent ministry. This will give an eye opener for you where we stand. PCPR, Petroleum, Chemicals and Petrochemicals Investment Region. That is PCPR, formed by the ministry 5 years back. A lot of states started adopting and implementing the policy. In that, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat and Orissa, Tamil Nadu is also in the pipeline, and Orissa also already joined in that. Only West Bengal has not been there included. That initial proposal was there, later on revert back, and plastic park schemes also coming up. There is an opportunity. What is the encouraging aspect of the recyclers? There are weaving looms and mats, roads and pavements, fancy products. These are the encouraging recyclers and products which is getting promoted day by day. So through showcasing their own capabilities, many of the conferences and exhibitions, you know, like that, some glimpses, examples, and their life. Now to summarize, I told Janan there some opportunity on that. Coming to that, maybe the last but one slide. We talk about many recyclings, mechanical, mixed waste, feedstock, chemical, primary, secondary, what all I just deliberated upon. To summarize, we don't have so far anywhere available technology for automatic sorting and segregation of plastic waste. Still we talk about take out and identify and throw it. Machine sorting, near infrared radiating lamps, that is available technology in abroad. The absorption there was UV absorption there. Infrared radiating lamps are included. It will absorb, detect the particular plastic based on the wavelength and segregate automatically. That is the automatic sorting line, which has to be synchronized in line with your manufacturing of granulation line. That type of technology, no Indian manufacturers have promoted it. Still, there is a good opportunity for that. Converting multi-layer film laminates into lumbers. Of course, we see only one plant is available today. Anybody who has got a technical acumen more, entrepreneurship skills more, they can also think of that type of angle to promote, to go for it. Not necessarily all the people has to be only some salaried employees like us. Somebody can be a owner for a company. Thereby, you can give salary to 10 people. Conversion of waste to oil, that's also growing application which I told. Wood plastic waste composites technology. Abroad, Japan, there are a good business on it. Wood and plastic waste. It is used for floorings, partitions. Wooden plastic board. Wood has got certain properties which are very good. It can be easily nailed. It can be easily machined compared to plastics. But plastics, if it is a hard plastic, it's very difficult to nail it. That is why all the lumbers you find it easy to nail it, because it has got a mixed plastic base in it. In which wooden chips are going more in better quality. And fiber reinforced waste storage, handling, disposal systems. We don't have a technology, even worldwide they're finding it difficult. Automobile life of the vehicle, lot of plastic parts goes in that. I have seen one technology where they simply remove only PVC wires and cables. Polyurethane cushion material also, they press it, the whole car getting crushed. and then made into a sheet metal, the energy content of the plastic built in will take care of the energy required for making a sheet metal out of car. In Japan, here in nearby in Chennai itself, there is an association, the auto associations. They are promoting some end-of-life vehicle studies and recycling methods. It's coming up in a big way near Oragadam in Chennai. And e-waste recycling, of course, only 1 or 2 companies available today. There are good opportunities. Here also a lot of research work is going on. Mind that these are the potential areas for business development, potential areas for contribution towards the environmental eco-friendliness, potential areas for revenue generation. So you don't think about only revenue, you don't think about only promoting an industry because of profit motive. Sustainability of that particular technology comes only through environmental balancing act. That's why once again I am repeating, what even by sustainability means, it should be ecologically friendly, it should be energy efficient, it should be cost to performance balance wise, it should be viable. Then only sustainable growth comes. That's what we have been repeatedly talking about, sustainable growth, sustainable environmental development. Okay? I think this is going to be the end of my slide. I'll give another 5-10 minutes. You also must be hungry. When this man will leave the room, we will go for food. We will have something for the thought. Before we wind up, we will have something more for our thought when interactive sessions. Then we will have something for our stomach also. That's also very much interesting and important. Okay? Then essence of it, it's a boon to society, recycle, reduce, and it should be protect the environment with enriched lifestyle. Thank you very much. The newborn baby has come out with a big smile and say, it is yes, this is what we are looking at. Sustainable. Thank you very much. Any questions, sir? Now ask some questions.
Hello.
Exhaustive. Yeah.
Hello.
Any questions, please? Yeah.
So I asked for some time. You say I asking after at the lecture.
Yeah. Yes.
So when we recycle number of time of polymers, it can lose their property or not?
Yeah, they will lose. I told you no.
Sir, that content, please stop that content sharing so that one-to-one interaction that will be better, sir.
Content sharing. Okay. Say, okay, now content sharing is there. See, I told you in that particular case, remember, any polymer, when you do it, there is degradation, no doubt. First time when you do it, maybe 10%, that also varies from polymer to polymer. When you recycle nylon, reprocess, I will not put it the correct word. Yeah, we should not use the word recycle. Recycle is a complete loop. When you reprocess polymer, nylon, why not come here? When you reprocess nylon, could you able to hear? Nylon, there can be 10%. Or if it is moisture absorbing characteristics are more, nylon family itself all are not same moisture absorbing. You talk about nylon 6, different absorption levels, nylon 6, nylon 610, nylon 10, 11, 10, 12. There are different families of it. All this nylon 10, 12 or 6, or 6, there itself water absorbing tendency is different. You have to dry it. How well you dry before doing it, that also a contributing factor which will reduce your extent of recyclability. So, you can go for 4 to 5 times easily, not more than that. You have to go for value addition. Is that understood what I said?
Yes, sir. I satisfied.
Any other question, please? Anybody from here? See, I always tell there could be 2 reasons why you say yes. Whether you understood fully, you don't have any questions, or you don't understand anything, then also no questions. In between never happens. Yes? Any other questions?
Good.
One question, sir.
Okay, ask.
Sir, how can we define a chemical recycling process?
Chemical recycling, I told you, no, chemical recycling, it defined as the process of unzipping the molecular constituents of the plastics. I wrote also, the definition I wrote, my slide when I talked about, it is defined as one of the recycling processes in which chemical decomposition or chemical unzipping
Of the molecular level constituents takes place.
which leads to fractions of
Carbon, C2, C3, C4.
that's what it is.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else will ask questions?
No.
Sir, thank you very much for accepting our invitation and delivering a good international type lecture to our students and our faculties and students attending this live lecture in other CPET centers. And I hope that the feedback the students will be giving me and I will be sending you.
Sure.
And also we hope that actually similar type of a lecture from your side will be delivered for our students and faculty. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I will once again wish you all a advance Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you.
Thank you.